Steve Simon was more than just the head of the table. It was under his power. Basketball strategy was not the topic of the confidential discussion held inside Pacers sports and entertainment's offices. It has to do with narrative ownership. The focus of a much larger game had shifted to Caitlin Clark, the rookie sensation who overnight revolutionized ticket sales and viewership. Simon allegedly ordered officials to restructure the entire Fever organization around her because of the commercial potential she offers. The first thing Stephanie White objected to were marketing and play style. Her idea of a team-first approach clashes with a billionaire's strategy for power and wealth. What started out as a coaching argument has turned into a business chess match in which Clark is portrayed as a queen piece that must be moved for optimal return. Subscribe if you want to see the full article without any filters. And you had better subscribe if you plan to stay for the next meltdown. The Fever's identity is now decided in the boardroom rather than on the court. A profound change in power has been brought about by Clark's ascent, one in which the game's rhythm is set by billionaire ownership rather than a coach's whistle. The marketing machine is completely refocused on one player, the team's cohesiveness is broken, and the plan is diverted. The sport being rebuilt in real time behind the highlight videos and sponsorships is one in which brand value and financial dominance take precedence over the integrity of basketball. This is more than just a tale about Caitlin Clark's impact. It serves as a warning about what occurs when a game's focus shifts to business. You shouldn't be aware of this. No one was. However, a covert meeting just turned the WNBA and possibly Indiana Fever on its head. Indeed, Caitlin Clark is at the core of everything. We are discussing a private meeting within Pacers sports and entertainment's offices. The type of gathering that isn't covered by news releases. Key executives had a meeting with the billionaire owner, Steve Simon. According to reports, head coach Stephanie White was present in the room. And the result is a subtle yet powerful reorganization of power that is already changing the rules for women's basketball. The information that was leaked indicates that Simon called directly. Caitlin Clark is now on the Fever team. Now, in a cutesy franchise rookie manner, she is in charge of the play style, marketing, and branding. Give that some thought. Because of that, Clark is no longer only a player. She is a valuable asset and a brand. Additionally, Simon is fully committing to that investment. Whatever the coaching staff had in store for chemistry building or team development rotations, irrelevant. Clark's business potential has come first, and that subdued order has already caused a great deal of friction behind the scenes. Coach Stephanie White reportedly didn't take it lightly. She is a leader who prioritizes systems. Prioritize long-term development, balance, and team cohesion over star-first, media-obsessed circuses. However, that structure is currently being subtly undermined since basketball begins to resemble a business strategy when billionaires start pressing buttons. And that's precisely what's taking place here. Fans of the Fever have noted the changes since that meeting. Unmistakable but subtle. The way the squad plays is changing. More Clark-centric all of a sudden. Caitlin is the focus of the marketing campaign. Sponsorship agreements in which she is the sole star. Information on social media that hardly mentions the other members of the lineup. There is no plan to rebuild the Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark Incorporated is their new name. This isn't really about basketball anymore, let's face it. It concerns profit, power, and narrative control. The squad is currently being reorganized around the idea that Caitlin Clark, the rookie, has evolved into Caitlin Clark, the product. According to sources, hiring decisions for assistant coaching are being made based on alignment with the new Clark-first vision, rather than fit. Veteran players are being quietly floated in trade talks because they don't suit the vision, not because of on-court problems. In other words, they disagree with the new hierarchy. And now is where things start to change. This is more than simply a case of local fever. The league as a whole is affected by this sort of internal revolution, because a possible paradigm shift is what we are witnessing. One in which something completely different is used in place of the previous model coach-led team-first system base. Something based on media dominance, personal branding, and star power. Consider how Michael Jordan changed the NBA. Consider how Serena Williams made tennis a worldwide brand. Even though Caitlin Clark hasn't completed her freshman season, she is already being positioned in the same pattern. To be clear, though, this isn't organic. This is planned, managed, and motivated by executives and billionaires who view Clark as more than just a player. They also regard him as a source of importance, ratings, merchandise, and outcomes that are already apparent when Clark's playing time is reduced. As a result, when she is not participating in the media cycle, ticket sales and jersey sales decline. Engagement plateaus. In essence, the Fever have evolved into a single-player financial ecology. Steve Simon is aware of it as well. He is now giving the Stars some structure. Basketball operations weren't the only topic of that covert discussion. It has to do with safeguarding an asset. The executives only had one message when they exited the room: get out of Clark's way or build around him. According to reports, Coach White pushed back. She promoted a system that gave each player authority. However, that system is irrelevant in this new order. The numbers speak for themselves. As a result, the team is redesigning its identity. Clark is now the only focus of marketing campaigns. Only she is eligible for sponsorships. Her image is enhanced through well-planned media appearances. A single plotline is being supported by a complete brand change. Clark represents the future, while the conventional model gets farther and more out of frame with each move. There is more than one team involved because if the Fever pulls this off, we want to maximize earnings while maintaining competitiveness. Franchises will come in the future. The WNBA has never been able to gain widespread acceptance. There is a blueprint now, though. Focus on a single, highly marketable celebrity. Disregard the conventional team model. Promote the story. Promote drama. Promote your image. Additionally, you should reconsider if you believe this to be merely a marketing ploy. Front offices throughout the league are reportedly keeping a close eye on things. Clark's ascension is already being used by player representatives to renegotiate media deals and branding rights. According to reports, league governors are arguing over the appropriate amount of authority for individual players. There is no pattern here. It's a takeover. This is only the beginning of the stress within the Fever, because we are actually seeing the emergence of a new economic paradigm if Clark's power keeps expanding and the Simon family keeps doubling down. One in which players become equity. The league is based on stars rather than clubs, and billionaires make the decisions behind the scenes. To be honest, it's already effective. Clark's influence extends well beyond Indiana. She's changing national media cycles, increasing overall viewership, and creating sponsorship opportunities that weren't even possible a year ago. She has emerged as the WNBA's key to success. However, there is a repercussion from that rise. The cohesiveness of the team has suffered. According to reports, a number of players have become irritated with Clark's continual attention. Internal correspondence has evolved. Meetings for strategy have evolved into conversations about branding, and a locker room that, regardless of how you interpret it, is more shattered than supporters think. Everyone else turns into a supporting character when one player joins the game. Stephanie White has struggled to strike a balance between corporate pressure and maintaining competitive integrity. However, according to insiders, she is losing ground on the team's course every day. Furthermore, her job security may not last long if the rumors are accurate. Because the coach is no longer a power center under this new arrangement. The executives are only ensuring that the lights remain on, but the star is there. The league is changing its own messaging. Second, Clark controls the WNBA's social media accounts. She is the target of national broadcasts, highlight packages, and graphics. Her story is highly emphasized by commentators. All of it belongs to the same ecology. Create the illusion, power the machine, and profit from it. What comes next, then? Additional executive reorganizations, exchanges, and moves if Clark's power keeps expanding. And it will, let's face it. After that, a possible official reorganization is being considered. The kind of front office makeover that denotes a complete change in the allocation of power. And it is significant as this model becomes a model if it is successful. Similar power was most likely handed by the following rookie sensation. It is anticipated that future coaches would adjust to the brand-first framework. The WNBA may be about to undergo a radical transformation. Caitlin Clark is not merely a game player. The rulebook is being shaped by her. And there was quiet at the beginning of this entire movement. No one was supposed to know about the covert gathering, where commerce was prioritized over basketball by billionaires, where systems were outperformed by marketing, and when a single player became the focal point of a whole franchise. This surpasses Clark in size. It concerns who will control women's basketball in the future. The narrative itself, the coaches, the players, or the billionaires. You inform us. Are we seeing the start of the league's corporate takeover or the necessary evolution? Post your opinions in the comments section. If you're as shook as we are, like the video. Additionally, if you want to be informed on how far down this rabbit hole goes, don't forget to subscribe. Because we have only witnessed the first move if this meeting was genuine, and everything indicates that it is. This is where things start to become pretty complicated. Because Caitlin Clark's moment wasn't meant to come. Not quite yet. She is a rookie who just graduated from college and has advanced technically to the professional level. Despite this, she is being given the franchise's keys as if she were an MVP, 3-ring winner, and 10-year veteran. Why? Because those in positions of authority aren't only funding her abilities. They're spending money on her visibility, reach, and ability to make an impact not only on the court but also in boardrooms, on television, in advertising campaigns, and on social media. And that's the section that's creating waves everywhere. Basketball fans are not the only ones who are observing the shift. It has main partners, media executives, and corporate sponsors. Caitlin Clark is the solution that everyone who has ever attempted to make women's sports marketable has been waiting for. What transpired in that private meeting is far more than a managerial choice because the primary character can finally be the foundation of an empire. It was a silent revolution and a calculated turnabout. One that is already causing a stir among the coaching staff, the Fever's locker room, and now the league as a whole. Furthermore, it's no longer subtle at all. Since that meeting, the Fever's branding has taken a drastic turn to the left. So let's speak about the marketing machine. The official team's social media accounts, which are essentially fan accounts for Caitlin Clark, as well as merchandise such as bobbleheads, posters, and jerseys. Background noise now encompasses everyone else on the roster. Negotiations for sponsorship center on her reputation, rather than the team's. Clark, not the Indiana Fever, is what corporations want. Additionally, that dynamic is totally altering how the league and the franchise function. This goes beyond simply altering one's play style. It has to do with changing identities. It's not good, in case you were wondering how the other players are handling it. According to sources, veteran athletes have been urged to coach Clark. However, because they can see what's going on, there is conflict behind closed doors. They observe bias in the media. They are aware of the rumors that veterans are being exchanged. Not for show, but because they understand exactly what it means to be excluded from the future. The squad is being assembled to suit a single individual rather than being created. Additionally, the anxiety is permeating the games. The chemistry isn't right. The rotations are uncomfortable. Every time Clark sets foot on the floor, there's an unsaid weight, since the stakes aren't simply about wins or defeats anymore. They are concerned with maintaining the million-dollar engine's hum regardless of what is occurring on the scoreboard, safeguarding an asset, and improving appearances. And Steve Simon desired precisely that. Because this is a blueprint, not simply a wealthy flex. He is changing the way power functions in professional sports by utilizing his empire, his reach, and his influence. From above, not from the court. This has happened in men's leagues previously. It's become more widespread. Celebrities who decide their own stories, make their own decisions, and have a say in who gets employed and fired. However, this is uncharted ground for the WNBA. Additionally, Caitlin Clark is entering it as if it were meant for her. She is not requesting attention. She is being the center of attention. Additionally, the league is waiting to see how far this will go. Because one team doesn't have this much effect. It permeates media contracts, branding plans, league-wide discussions, and even broadcasting choices. There are already indications of this. Clark-heavy games will now receive more coverage on national broadcasts. A single Clark highlight is taken over by talk show segments that go all ESPN first. TV partners desire a prominent position. They're also receiving what they desire. Power is that. Additionally, statistics don't support it. It originates from marketability, buzz, and visibility. And notice, Clark is not at fault for all of this. This wasn't planned by her. She is simply turning up and carrying out her duties. However, the infrastructure that is being constructed around her is intended to make her a walking, talking, money-printing brand. According to reports, Stephanie White is enraged for precisely this reason. She didn't agree to work as a media brand coach. She committed to coaching a team. However, at this point, her plan, her rotations, and her culture building are all being weakened by the